And today we're talking all things sharks, our favorite water creature. And as we know, beach weather is here, and we're joined by Executive Director of the Atlantic Shark Institute, Jon Dodd. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Happy to come.
So we want to start off by talking, a lot of media outlets are actually reporting that there were some shark sightings on the Cape. So why might we be seeing that?
Well, it's that time of year. Frankly, the water temperatures are starting to rise, and all these sharks, just like a lot of folks from Rhode Island and surrounding New England states, head south for the winter. The water here is a little too cold for them. As the water starts to warm up, here they come back into the region for the summer, and so that's what we're seeing. They're starting to show up again, and we'll probably see more and more of them in the coming weeks and months.
And you guys have technology to detect them. Can you talk to us about what you're detecting closer to home here in our waters, maybe Block Island?
Sure. So we have, it's called acoustic technology, acoustic receivers. So if a shark is tagged with an acoustic transmitter, it's like a social security number, and we can track that shark. If it goes within about 1,000 yards of any of our receivers, we will pick it up. So what's neat is we literally can create a path, and we can show exactly where these sharks have gone if they enter Rhode Island and get within reach of these receivers, and then we can see what they do once they're in Rhode Island and when they leave. So it's kind of neat because we've got over 30 receivers with the Department of Environmental Management, and combined with them, we're getting a pretty good picture of how these sharks are hanging around and what they're doing.
And a lot of people are scared of sharks, but we just talked about it. You have this knowledge and relationship almost. Can you talk to us about what somebody should do if they come across a shark?
Yeah, people always get nervous, right? They hear about a shark attack or these kind of things. That's a shark making a mistake, right? You go in the water, there's fish in the water, seals in the water, there's a lot of people in the water, there's a lot of commotion going on. Every now and again, a shark will make a mistake, but that's very, very rare. If you go in the water with these sharks, which I have many occasions, they're very cautious. If they don't swim right up to you, they'll swim around you at a big circle, they'll get closer, they'll very, very inquisitive, very cautious, because they only have two eyes, and they have to be very careful, particularly if they engage prey. Then they could run into a big problem if they lose one.
So if someone is in the waters at the beach and then a shark starts to circle them, what's your advice? Yeah,
first of all, if you're at the beach and there's a lot of bait in the water, get out of the water. Seals, not a great time to swim at dawn or dusk, right? Low light situations, shiny jewelry, not a great idea. Okay. Swimming by yourself, not a great idea. So there's a whole list of things that frankly are not too difficult to ascertain if you go through the shark file, right, and say these are the kind of things that you want to do. If you've got a shark and you see a shark in the water, just ease yourself out of it. Don't run out, don't panic, because that of course can sometimes incite a bite or attack, but it's very, very rare, and I think in Rhode Island waters in particular there's not a ton to worry about.
Perfect. And so you said that you guys are monitoring this with your technology. Yeah. I know you mentioned Block Island. Is there any other locations in Rhode Island that you guys kind of look at? Yeah,
we actually have 11 receivers around Block Island. We also have bruvs that we drop there, which are video cameras, so we can actually see sharks that aren't tagged. So it's kind of neat, because if there's not a tagged shark, then we can still monitor them. But we actually go all the way from Fisher's Island, New York, which is just off of Watch Hill. Then we get to Watch Hill, we move along to Charlestown, we move all along the coast all the way to Newport. So we have receivers in partnership with DEM at pretty even intervals, so we can kind of monitor right up to the shoreline as well as out to Block Island. And this is the time of year. I'm sure we have detections at Block Island. We're going to check our receivers this week, and you guys will be the first to know, but I'm sure we're going to have more.
Great. And I guess you guys are checking this week to come, but the last time you guys checked, are the trends any different than what we've seen in years past?
Well, we are seeing more sharks, but the problem with that is, Chelsea, that we also have more receivers out. So, it doesn't necessarily correlate. What we are seeing is that, there's a lot of white sharks that want to come through Rhode Island on their way to the Cape, because there's tens of thousands of seals up there. So particularly the subadults and the adults, they want to be up at the Cape. We're a little more inquisitive about the young of the year, the newborns and the juveniles, and we think we might have more of a residency here in Rhode Island with those sharks, and we're trying to prove that over the next season or two. We think we'll get the data, we'll probably be able to demonstrate that is the case.
Very cool. You guys are on top of it. Thank you so much, Jon, for joining us.
My pleasure.
And we want to look ahead to later this week. We're going to be joined by Rhode Island Senior Senator Jack Reed. That's going to be Friday on our Community Focus.